So I've started these two in my sketchbook, and they kind of make me think of joyful, and I'm going to carry on in that way and see where it goes. So I have some previously mixed paint here from the other figure I just finished, and I'm going to continue. So using the sketchbook, basically what I'm trying to do is just get some new ideas, new shapes, new ideas for figurative paintings. Even if I never use these, the fact that I've practiced them, it may help for something to show up in my intuitive paintings, because I have practiced, and these were done totally intuitively as well. Sometimes if you think of a word that you want to, or an emotion you want to emulate, that can really be helpful too. So I'm going to work on both of these at once, I think. Kind of cleaning my brush off here so I can switch up colors. Okay, I forgot to turn the camera on, got a little ahead here, but I mixed up some coral paint and I'm kind of painting the figures in a little more. So it's probably changed quite a bit. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to this as well, just to shift the color a bit. Add white to that mix to get kind of a lighter shade here, and put some lighter colors into the faces, the hands. You'll notice that I'm only using one brush throughout this sketch. When you use a 1-inch flat, you can turn it on its side and get quite a thin edge. This is a Crayola brush for children. It comes in a pack of 4 and is very inexpensive. It doesn't have a particularly long handle, which makes it really good for working in your sketchbook. So again, on the side here, I'm painting in the legs. So this is giving me a nice thin stroke. You want to also make sure that you're putting enough paint onto your brush to be able to get some marks down. I notice a lot of students who don't actually put much paint on their brush. There you saw me waving my brush around a little bit. That seems to be something I do when I'm thinking. I find it kind of funny, but it's just what happens. So I drew the sketch on top of my messy background with a Markall pencil, and that pencil can actually run and bleed, but I don't find it's doing that just putting the paint over top of it. Doing a little negative painting now, adding a new color. Doing a little bit of negative painting now, just to clean up some of the messiness in the background. I haven't cleaned my brush, so it is mixing right on the palette, and this is making my color a little bit muddy or desaturated, I think is a better word, especially if that's what you want to happen. So it's important to have some clean colors and some desaturated colors in your work. It makes the brighter colors sing more if you have some mellow colors with it. Often I find aspiring artists don't like letting go of their background, taking the risk because it's so pretty, and that can be true, but your work will look better if it has some flat areas and some patterned areas. Knowing what to let go and what to keep takes practice. Here I'm coming in with some pure color, a cerulean blue. It's a nice contrast to the pink, which is an undertone of red, and you'll really see that this dress starts to pop forward as I paint around it. So the most important thing is to allow yourself to just have some fun and not be too uptight about what you're doing, because it is practice. So I'm not thinking of this as a finished product. I mean, it's in my sketchbook, there's something on the other side. All I'm thinking of is, how can I stimulate myself in a safe place to have some new type of imagery come forward when I'm not working on a canvas. So it's a little bit safer. You can allow yourself to get in deeper into your thought process, maybe because you're not thinking of the canvas, the cost, how you have to finish it. So just going ahead and putting some stuff down, mark making, experimenting, trying different things as you go. So important. So I'm trying to preserve some of the background and the bubbles I had. I'm also thinking about value, having darks and lights. So here I'm mixing stuff from the bottom that's wet, and I'm mixing stuff from my brush. So although the white was pure white, it's no longer pure white. When you are doing your background, and if you're making a color switch, be sure that you don't leave it at the halfway point. Take it over a little bit further. Just cleaning up around some of the head spaces here. Letting go of some of those circles that were in between these two figures. Trying to decide what to do. So scrubbing some of this color up into this area. Blending with my finger. Blending is a good way of making sure that you don't have any hard edges there. I do want to preserve some of these polka dots, which I seem to be having less all the time. So I am trying to leave some of that. So even though I was working on both of them at the beginning, I kind of started to give preference to the one on the right, and I will go back and finish the one on the left at a later date. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye!